I'm not wearing the mic just yet because just landed. I just need to go to the grocery store or supermarket, get stuff for the day and for the 2 weeks, and then head out to explore. What I did have on my itinerary initially was to drive around the Golden Circle, but when I finished plotting out my itinerary, I realized I have 4 days, or actually 3 days, left after driving around the country. So I figured, I'll use one of the last days to go around the Golden Circle. That'll be fine. If I can get a head start on day 2 today, on day 1, then that'll definitely help day 2 a lot, because I'm going to spend a lot of time walking down to the plane wreck. Supposedly Wednesday morning it's supposed to rain a lot, so I might as well get those shots in on Tuesday, because if I can't on Wednesday, that's it. So anyway, yep, off we go. Almost forgot, when I walked straight out of the airport, see a big lit up statue. Looked really cool. But first thing that popped in my mind was that's what it looked like at first glance. I know that's not it. Alright, so I decided I'd have enough time to check out the Golden Circle pretty quickly, mostly because it looked like the small patches of blue sky in the distance were setting the tone for everything, and I thought that meant the weather would be okay. Haha, but I was about to learn my lesson on how to adapt quickly in Iceland. First stop I made after the supermarket was Waterfall. And, you know, they say October is shoulder season, not as many crowds. That is total bullshit. There were tons of vehicles here before I pulled up, and now there's even more, almost blocking me in. I do think it's cool that there is a sign right out in the field that says no pooping. Because apparently that's a problem, because people are stupid. But what annoyed me, everybody's got to get that iconic shot of the waterfalls, and it is blue. It's like first glance down into the river, it's like, holy shit, that is blue. You don't have to do much editing for that. It's already there. But it's still raining. It's a light rain, but it's enough to piss you off. And I had the 14-24 ultra wide on. I got one shot from the left corner horizontally, landscape wise. I didn't get one of those from the middle, but I got vertical from the middle, which it works. And I think I gave myself enough breathing room to crop it down to a 4x5 for social media and all that. And I may print it out as a 4x5, to be honest. I will say one thing that a lot of YouTubers leave out about when they're photographing Brurfoss on the footbridge is anyone else that walks along that bridge creates a boom, 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 boom. And so, you know, if you're trying to get a slow shutter speed to get the water like really smooth and all that, good luck if there are other people around, because that was really annoying. But I'm going to come back another day, closer to the end of the trip. I'm going to come back up here across all the gravel roads. I'm so glad this vehicle has studded winter tires. I'm going to come back when hopefully it's not raining, and I can spend more of the day waiting for people to move. You know, there's a tiny bit of a line, but people were coming and going pretty fairly. Or maybe I did one at 18 millimeters or 20 millimeters just to give myself some cropping room on the R5. But I think I timed it pretty well when nobody was walking across bouncing the damn thing. So I'm not gonna look at the geyser today. That's a morning thing. And I know the exact morning when to go. Well, I guess I could scope out the area where to shoot. But I don't foresee this rain letting up around that area either. Where the heck was I? Oh, yeah. I may scope out Gullfoss next. I may bring the other lens in my backpack on my back this time. So. Okay, I know I said it, but then the clouds eased up a bit and the light got brighter, so I thought, okay, it's on my way and I can spare about 30 minutes. So now we know how long to wait for the big puddle to climax. And more waiting. But at least you learn where to set up and compose a shot. Is it odd that I found this boiling hot mud puddle more interesting? Maybe because of the fall colors and the lack of people around it. And soon after, I ended up at Gullfoss with no rain. And a good thing too, because of the enormous wall of mist spraying straight up, combined with the sunlight at just the right angle to give a very nice rainbow. Well, this was the last bit of useful weather to enjoy for the day, so the only thing left to do was to get snacks, dinner, and gas, and check into the first hotel for the evening. So that means we're going straight into day 2. Now, I just pulled off a road. Ooh! You may not be able to tell, but the full moon is setting way back there. Full moon behind the mountains. It's a pretty good size. But, it had to be in the morning. But honestly, I'm not too concerned about the moon. I just don't want it to be up when the northern lights pop out, because I want it to be as dark as possible. Duh. No. This is what it came to this morning. You can hear it. It's running nice. It's a good morning for it. Cloud, the sun is right behind the clouds, so I think I get some good dramatic shots out of this. Not much chance of rain today, at least not where I'm going. I can see some in the distance over there, but it's Iceland. Rain off and on a little bit. It's like every 15 minutes, a little shower, nothing, a little shower, nothing. Yeah, just how it is. Part of the adventure. So yeah, let's go on down to this fall. only one other vehicle pulled up. A couple guys came to shoot a little bit from behind me. Then they left. It was fine. This is it's nice to finally be able to get to a spot where I'm the only person here. Because yesterday I was so tired. I didn't sleep at all on the plane. With the off and on rain yesterday and all the crowds all over the Golden Circle, it's like, come in October, they said, crowds will be almost gone. Yeah, right. May stop by the town of Hella. But after that, probably the big Skogafoss, or the popular Skogafoss, I should say. See how many people are there, and more than likely do like I did at, I've already forgotten the name of it. Yes, thank you. Just Photoshop people out of it. You know, it's a popular one, so let's see what we can see. I honestly don't know whether or not this works as fantastic B-roll, but just the visual of a nice sunrise and some blue sky over here, and just getting a better feel for the surroundings and the mountains and bits of glacier in the distance, which in my mind was getting a better feel to how to capture a good visual regardless of the weather. I pulled in to the Seljelandsfoss parking lot. Saw the waterfall from a mile away. It is tall and beautiful. There's a lot of vehicles, cars on it, you know, to be expected. Still on the south side of Iceland. I don't think it's going to start thinning out until I go east and north. But my God, there are so many big tour buses full of people here too. Hopefully, I'm kind of just waiting out, because right when I pulled into park, it started raining a little. So I'm kind of waiting to see if it'll pass over. And then I'll give it a go, put on my rain gear. Lord, give me strength. The amount of people here. See how it goes, but still, it's worth filming all that. I'm just, yep, okay. Raining more now. I'm just gonna wait a little bit for it to stop, because I'm making really good time today. I remember there are other waterfalls around the country that have significantly fewer, if any, people behind them. So that'll be a lot more fun and a lot easier for me to get behind. It's too early to check into the next guest house, but I can go down to the beach and probably take an hour and 15 minutes to go down to the plane wreck and back. So I've got plenty of time. And then go down to the town of Vik. I thought it was supposed to be relatively dry, or a little clear down here today. At least that's what the forecast said, but hey, like Houston weather, it changes every 15 minutes. It only took 15 to 20 minutes to drive to the next spot, but still very picturesque, seeing houses nestled in front of the mountains like a painting. I wish I could have stopped so many times to get those photos, but here we are with more tourist groups. And the sun came out again right as I got out of my car. That's a coincidence in the other direction. Usually it starts to rain. But, made it to Skogafoss. There was one point when I did not have my camera on me at all. And a couple of people asked me to take a photo of them. At least it was with their phone. I'm like, do I just have a sign on my back or something? Right now I do have my camera with me, and there's a lot of people, but it doesn't seem too bad here. I think most of the people are hiking up to the top there, which I do not intend to do as such. And I really like, not so much the fall itself, but I really like the mist that's being sprayed out of all these waterfalls. That's what partially what I'm really trying to get, but I wanted to keep it clear enough. Just like from yesterday, the sun was shining directly at it, so it almost looked like a hazy wall. But I'm going to try to go back to that one. Just maybe it just needs to be at a different time of day, or need to use some radial filters to place the light and take the light away from spots. But, well, let us see what we can see. Oh sure, he looks cute, but he's just biding his time until all the tourists turn their backs. And more gorgeous countryside. But as someone from a completely flat area, this will never get old to me. So I arrived at the car park for the plane wreckage and vastly underestimated how long it would take to walk. Both ways. Yep, windy out here. The road. Well, I don't know if I call it Black Sea Beach, but just gravel everywhere. But yeah, I'm at the popular plane wreck area. I think it's about 1.5 miles. Iceland should be, 20 minutes. That's fine. Thought it was. I had a good head start on everything today, and then time is quickly catching up. And I don't want to lose time for anything, but I can see off in the distance that I'm going to have to go. Let me turn this around. Is very rainy, and it doesn't look great. Well, it's the Atlantic way over there, so. Yeah, wind is coming from the west, a little southwest, at least this low. I'm not sure what it's doing above. So, layer of wind going one direction, layer going another. But I think I'll be okay. Bus. It's taking a lot of people, but man, walk in the wind. That's all. That's part of the deal. Plus, I need to do more walking anyway. Get rid of this gut that wants to form. But yeah, look around here. It's. I mean. It really doesn't get any better. Yeah, they talk about magical this, magical that. Yeah, it's all true. And I also just realized that I did not turn my mic on, so this wind will be fun to get rid of in post. And I do like to be beside the seaside. Maybe not right here. And that's, you know, that rain's coming this way. Alright, get in, get on with it, get out. One of the biggest things I wanted to do out on this path here was to fly the drone. You know, get some cinematic footage. But right now, I can feel a couple sprinkle drops. It's just not in the cards. You know, it's not so much all the tourists that you don't see in the YouTube videos. It's the fact that someone's getting a drone video of the wreck. They're not showing you the Atlantic that is really close right behind it. Actually, that is a really cool trail leading down there. Well, oh goody, the group is leaving the wreckage and going back to wait for the bus, which I'm half tempted to do myself, but no, stake it out. You know, there's patches of grass out here. Life,
2 hours later.
finds a way. And right as I was about to get my drone out to fight the wind, another group showed up almost instantly, so I thought I would try to beat the rain walking back. Wait for it. Like I said, it's all part of the adventure. But right after that drench, the sky cleared up for the rest of the afternoon and evening, so I was happy. So I considered that a reward for enduring. And while I couldn't pull over to capture these little shots by the road for the next 30 minutes or so, the drive through the southern landscape was just purely ideal. And the hilltop area reminded me of a certain video game that I had to take a photo of the back of my camera, and I sent it to a buddy saying, "I know you know exactly what this looks like." Well, I'm clearly in New Hanover. No, just kidding. Wow, my shadow reaches far. Cast a tall shadow. May go to the next. I may come back in the morning. I'm sorry, it is extremely windy up here on this hill and these cliffs, but if it's not raining in the morning, then I will come back to the beach. Yeah, it's so cold and windy, my jaw is freezing shut. Otherwise, this is going to be the only chance I have. It would have been nice if it wasn't raining in the morning. I may do a little sky replacement, but because of where the light's shining, I can't really put a sunrise behind it. So it is what it is. But it's still a nice view. You can still stylize it. So after that heavy amount of wind up there, I finally made it to the black sand beach. Had to further endure some crowds, but at the same time, I was just in awe of the crashing waves and occasionally the sneaker waves. They were just, gorgeous monsters. So I figured this would be just a nice moment to stand back, reflect, and admire what I can get with these waves. It was a beautiful sunset. So that was fun. Just got finished photographing some really gnarly waves at Reynisfjara Beach. And I mean, I get why. When you have a lot of rocks right right under the water there, it's gonna make for some good crashing. And the warning level was at yellow. So I could have sworn this beach was a no drown zone, but clearly that wasn't stopping a few people. Yeah, and my jaw is getting numb again. It's cold, windy, but people were getting a little too close to the water. And there was a couple sneaker waves, which happens every few minutes. You know, and then people freak out, oh, it's getting close. Like, yeah, that's called a tide. As usual, about to get a couple what I thought might have been good shots, and people just walk right in front of the camera, not caring. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, was I in the shot? Like, yeah, right smack dab in the middle. It was fun to experiment different shutter speeds. I went from like half a second or a quarter of a second all the way to like 1/20th or 1/50th and adjusted the ISO or the ND filter. It was cool to get, you know, waves crashing against the cliff in sort of see how smooth of a motion I could get it in. So it was pretty cool. I'll have to photograph a church, maybe 2 churches, and get dinner. And that'll probably be it for the evening. This was a good video for 2 days, I think. I hope. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Y'all be excellent, and I will see you in the next one.